So this is a video about circles where the center is not around 0, 0, but somewhere else. Here's an example of a circle with the center at 4, -3. So we can see here as well that the radius is 6, yeah? From 4 to 10 is 6. And so the equation for this particular circle would be now, for a circle with a center hk, we then have x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared equals r squared. So if we call our center hk, so the x value would be the h, the y value would be the k. And if we put that into the equation now, we go x minus h is 4, all squared, plus y minus k is -3, so minus 3, all squared, and we said the radius was 6, so 6 squared, and if we rewrite that, x minus 4 all squared, plus the minus becomes a plus, all squared, and 6 squared is 36. So this would be the equation for the circle above. Okay, so here are another few examples. So for I, we would have the center is at 3, 2, and the radius is 4. For I, the center is at -2, 6, and the radius is √8. Here the center is at 3, and now it's just y squared, so that is essentially saying -0, yeah? So if it's just have y squared here, the value that was taken off is 0, so the k is 0, and the radius is √5. And IV, the same here, we just have x squared. That means the h is 0. So we have the center at 0, -2, and the radius is √10. Okay, so here we are given the center and the radius. So for I, we would say x minus 3 all squared plus y minus 1 all squared, and 2 squared equals 4. And I'm just going to do 3i, and that would be x minus 4 all squared plus y minus, and here the k is 0, so we just go y squared, and the square of 2√3 all squared would give us, so that would be 2 squared times √3 squared, which is 4 times, if we square a root, this just disappears, 4 times 3, so that would be 12. Here again, so remember, in order to get the equation of a circle, we need the center, which we have here, and we need the radius, which we need to calculate. We are given the center and we are given a point on the circle. So all we have to do in order to get the radius here is get the distance between 2 points. So the radius is the distance between 2 points. So we have our, let's label the points. We call this x1, y1, we call this x2, y2, and then we put it into our distance formula. So that would be x2, which is 5, minus x1, which is 2, all squared, plus y2 is 1, minus y1 is 2, all squared, which would give us the root of 5 minus 2 is 3, 3 squared is 9. Plus 1, so it's minus 1. Minus 1 squared is just 1. So this would be root 10. So we have the radius and we have the center. And we can now write the equation of the circle, which is x minus 2. Remember, this is h and this is k. So x minus 2 all squared plus y minus 2 all squared, and root 10 squared is just 10. Okay, here the line segment 3, 5 and minus 1, 1 is the diameter of a circle. Find the coordinates of the center and write down the equation of the circle. Yeah, so we have a circle. The diameter goes through the center. We have minus 1, 1 and 3, 5. So in order to get the center here, we need to get the midpoint between these points. So we get x1, y1, x2, y2. So the midpoint, remember, we go x1 plus y1 over 2, y1, and, sorry, no, wrong. x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. So the average of the points. Okay, so x1 is minus 1 plus 3 over 2, 1 plus 5, and here we have 1 plus 5 over 2. This is our midpoint, and that gives us 1, and 1 plus 5 is 6, divided by 2 is 3, so 1, 3. Yeah, so this point now is 1, 3, and this is our center. So what we still need to get is the radius. So this is the radius, which is the distance from the center to the point on the circle. So we relabel. So we call this now x1, y1, and this can stay x2, y2. And we can calculate the distance now. So the distance between the 2 points is the same as the radius. So the radius is, because of that, the root of x2, 3 minus x1, 1 all squared, plus y2, 5 minus y1, 3 all squared, and that gives me the root of 3 minus 1 is 2, squared is 4, plus 5 minus 3 is 2, a squared is 4, so that is root 8. So I can now, this is my center, and this is my radius, so I can now build the equation of the circle. So I go x, so remember that is h and k. Let me give h and k. So it is x minus 1 all squared plus y minus 3 all squared, and then we square the radius, so root 8 squared is just 8. So in questions like the next one, where a circle touches the x and the y and the x-axis, yeah, here touches the y-axis here and touches the x-axis here, it is important to see that once we know the radius, and we are told it is 3, the radius is 3, and remember this is the radius, and down here is also the radius. So it's very easy to see that the center has to be, the x value is 3 because it's 3 in, and the y value is also 3 because it's 3 up. So we can easily build the equation of the circle here. So we go x minus 3 all squared plus y minus 3 all squared, and the radius we told is 3, so we square that to 9. Okay, so the equation of the circle, so we've seen this equation of the circle if it's not around 0, 0. So we've seen this equation of the circle, yeah? So HK is our center, and we put it into the brackets like this. But if we multiply this out, we can see another form for the equation of the circle. So let's see, if we multiply this out, we multiply out the brackets. So x minus 3 squared multiplied out is x squared minus 6x plus 9. And we multiply out the next bracket, that would be y squared plus 8x plus 16 equals 0. And we rearrange everything, so x squared plus y squared. Now, sorry, I made a mistake here. That should be a y, okay? So now I write my minus 6x plus 8y, and now plus 9, oh sorry, another mistake here. This is 36, sorry, this is 36. Okay, that's up here, yeah, so x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 8y. So now I add my two constants together. 9 plus 16 is plus 25 equals 36. Okay, and but it's supposed to equal 0. So what I have to do now is bring over the 36. So x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 8y plus 25 minus 36 equals 0. And plus 25 minus 36 is minus 11. So I can write minus 11. Oh, minus 11. Now here. Minus 11. Okay, so now I have it in the form given above. So I'll just write that underneath. So we have x squared. So that is this general form. X squared plus y squared plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals 0. So if I compare the numbers now, okay, so 2g, this is in front of the x, yeah, so this is numbers in front of the x. So 2g is minus 6. That then tells me that g is minus 3. And here we have 8 is 2f. So if 8 is 2f, that tells me then f is 4 and c equals minus 11. I can use these values now to find the center and the radius as well. So these are the formula up here to find the center and the radius. So the center is minus gf, so it's the opposite sign of the g and the f we have found. That gives me a center of 3 and minus 4, and this is also what we got from here. This would have also given us a 3 minus 4 as a center. And the radius, I can put that into the formula. R equals 3 square plus minus 4 square, and then minus c, so plus 11. That gives me 9 plus 16 is 25. So the radius is root 36. So which we also would have gotten from. This would have also given us root 36.